G'day guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a review on a harness that was sent to me from a company out of the Czech Republic called Xbooms. It's a small business run by a gentleman called Jan. And the way I came about this video was I was in Maui around 6 months ago and met a sailor there called Zdenek. And he had one of these harnesses hung up in his van. And I said, oh, could I have a look at this harness? It looks interesting. I picked it up. It was incredibly light. Yesterday, a local sailor here showed me his harness. It's from xbooms.com. And very hard to obviously feel it through a video. But this thing is just incredibly light. It's like a feather almost, and it's super simple. It's just a, you know, I mean, you can see what it is. See how thin, oops. It's super thin. It's got a carbon hook on it, and I tried it on yesterday thinking, oh, surely this thing's gonna be a bit uncomfortable or something, but it's super comfortable, incredibly light, and I just thought, this thing's amazing, I want one. But then I saw the price. It is, drum roll, you go on their website, it's like 580 euros, because they're all handmade and custom to the size of the person. But anyway, I just thought I'd share it because it's an incredible harness. It's super light, really comfortable. It'd be good for traveling. It'd save you about 1 kilo in weight.
My name is Zdenek, and this is the new harness from Xbooms. The new Xboom harness is definitely the lightest on the market. Mine in small size, weight less than half kilo. It's made from carbon Kevlar, including the hook. It's comfortable, it's simple, and 100% handmade.
So yeah, fast forward a few months, and when I got back to Australia, I actually reached out to this company because I was really impressed with the harness. You know, it was really beautifully made, super light. They are expensive, and I kind of was thinking, well, I don't know if I'm going to fork out for one of these harnesses, but because of the YouTube channel, I emailed Jan and said, would you like me to do a review on it if you want to send me one? And to my surprise, he did. He reached back to me and said, yeah, I'll do that. And he sent me pictures of himself cutting out the designs here with his foam. You can get different color combinations. So that was cool to see. And, you know, a few months later, lo and behold, here it is. It turned up in the mail, and it's an absolutely beautifully made harness. You know, here we have, I'll show you how this works here. So this hook actually just velcros off from the main part of the harness, and as you can see, it's made from carbon. It's just basically one piece with Velcro attached to either side. Quite a large sort of hook there, so it is easy to hook in and out with the logo on top there and behind. That's the hook. The harness itself has basically like a closed cell foam on the inside with a backing cushion, which you can either use with it taken out, or obviously you can, you know, put it up and down depending on what suits you. It comes in 3 sizes, so you obviously have to work out through the website which is the size to go for. I usually go like a large harness, but in this harness, it actually ended up being a medium size, which was the right size for me. This is kind of unique too, isn't it? Because a lot of harnesses usually have kind of a buckle system. This is just all Velcro. And yeah, I mean, that was something that was a little bit different. I wasn't sure if that was going to hold up, but I didn't even be worried because when I went sailing, there was just absolutely zero budge in that. So it certainly works. And then the backing of the harness is a well, it looks like it basically is some kind of carbon Kevlar back to it. So it's obviously very strong and rigid. The main selling point for this harness for me initially was the fact that it was just so light. And obviously on this video, it's a little bit tricky to feel that, but I've actually taken it outside onto my balcony and weighed up the harness wet as well, because obviously, it's all well and good to weigh this thing when it's dry, but the reality is you're going to be using it on the water. Probably more important to see the weight of it when it actually is wet, and it's surprisingly light. When it's dry, it's half a kilo. And I have my standard harness that I use. I got given this MFC harness, and this weighs around 1.5 kilos. It's actually a great harness. I love it. I still use it a lot, but it is heavier. So if you want to travel somewhere, and so there's the two harnesses side by side. If you want to travel, then this could be the difference between getting a board bag on a plane without having to pay excess baggage. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to really know what difference there was between these harnesses, on the water. And I'll give my honest review. This harness, the MFC, because I just want to use this as a reference point. I've been using this around 6 months, and I actually really like it. It comes up quite high up on the back and gives you a lot of support. It's just an easy harness to use. I mean, all harnesses are probably pretty good these days, but you just instantly use this and it feels very comfortable. It has this sort of buckle system here, and it has the belt strap on the inside. This is a large size. It's just I guess it's a more conventional style harness. It has a sort of a hard back on it and with adjustable buckles on the side. So I've been very happy with this harness. So then we have the X-Booms harness. Now, when I used it, the first thing that struck me was when you put it on, it just feels like you've almost got nothing on. Because it weighs 1/2 kilo, 500 grams, it's incredibly light feeling. So it was kind of a pro and a con, because it's obviously nice not feeling like you have weight on you, but there's something reassuring about having a harness around your belt. I've noticed, around your waist. You sort of feel like you've got something there that's supporting you. When you put this on, it feels like you got nothing on. It's just a different feeling to what I'm used to. On the water, hooking in, there's obviously, if I actually compare the two hooks here, maybe I can show you on this video. You can see what that looks like there. It's kind of similar, I guess, to a standard stainless steel hook, maybe slightly bigger area. But yeah, hooking in and out was, I didn't really notice anything radically different there. The main difference is, and it's a compromise, it's light, obviously, but with my harness, it obviously comes across more here and comes down, and then there's basically more harness in this part of the area in here. So there is a bit less support. If you didn't know any better and you put this on, you'd be happy. It's not like you put it on, you think this is not giving me any support or anything like that, but it is less support than I found with the MSC, basically just because there's just less of a harness on your back there. It doesn't mean that it's still not comfortable. It works fine. I just went for a sail and I'm just huffing and puffing because I just ran back to the car, but this is Nico from Italy.
Hello guys, how are you?
He's in Geraldton for a few months. And I said to him, do you mind just coming off the water? Be good just to get a second opinion. You're a really good sailor. There it is.
Thank you. Wow,
that's the harness.
It's very light. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, that's it. It's super simple.
Wow, it's very light.
Yeah.
Very comfort. I'm from Italy and I'm here just to work with my working holiday visa. Now I'm in Geraldton for my 88 days to renew my visa and maybe come back here in the future in Western Australia.
Yeah, so just go for sail for a few minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Come back and then I'll just film your reaction.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, man. Thanks for doing this. Nico, you okay, mate? Alright, just for a bit of context, but Nico is using a Severn air harness, so that's what I guess he is comparing it to. Alright Nico, give me your honest opinion, the good, the bad.
I think also in the water you can feel how much this harness is very light, and I think it's not very comfortable like a Severn or another harness.
Yeah.
But in the move, when you move your body, maybe also in the freestyle move, you can feel it is very light.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. The Pro is like maneuverable, but the con is less support.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. So what would you say that was out of 10 for comfort?
Yeah, I think that one is 9.5.
And you're giving this one an 8?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad because and the harness is fixed. Usually I have another harness, not this, that you can move this one.
Yeah.
But also fixed. This can move around your body.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's light wind, it's very good because you don't feel too much this one in your back. Because with strong wind, now for example is 5 horsepower, and you can feel this side your back. It's not very comfort.
Yeah.
But in the light wind, maybe just pumping or floaty session with the waves can be really good.
Yeah. Alright, well I was only going to just do Nico, but now Ian has walked up. He's seen the commotion and he wants to get in on the action.
I'm Ian, I'm from New Zealand. I've just flown over for the end of the season. Yeah.
Ian came to the Wave Rally event and he liked Geraldton so much he's come back. So just for context, what harness are you using at the moment?
I'm using a spare Neil Pride from, I don't know, quite a while ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Not my normal harness, my normal one's a bit bigger.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's what you're using. All right, well have a go at this, just have a few runs back and forth. Just give me your honest opinion. You can tell me what you think. All right, the moment of truth.
All right, it's very light. As you're walking down the beach, you feel like you've forgotten your harness, which is great. Once you hook in and you've got a bit of load on, you realise that the spreader bar is the only thing holding it on. So that's kind of old school. And then we got the harnesses that had all the fold over Velcro that clamped onto you. So probably I'd say that's its only downfall, is that because that's all that's holding it on, it gets a bit loose when you got a lot of load on it. For wave sailing, because you're so loose, yep, feels like you've got nothing on there, whereas like my other harness, it clamps over, holds you really rigid.
Yeah.
Yep, but this gives you all that freedom.
And what about the comfort of it? I mean, how would you compare it to what you're using?
It's comfortable, but it's hard. So I think if you're, and it's quite narrow, so if you're using it a lot for blasting, I think you'd find it might chaff a bit.
Yeah. There is a compromise, you know, it's super light and it's a smaller, more minimalist style harness. So of course you're going to lose some of that support element.
Yep.
But I think the consensus is if you're in a spot where a lot of maneuverability, waves, freestyle-y type stuff, it's probably more suited for that. I think Ian is pretty much replicating what Nico's saying, so cool. There's different purposes that I would probably end up using this for. If you're hooked in a lot and you're doing more sort of bump and jumpy sort of stuff, or you're using a sail that's really loaded up a lot, then I think a harness that has more support on the back is going to be the one you want to go for. If you're doing a lot of wave sailing where you're hooking in and out a lot and you want a lot of maneuverability and you're not too worried about having maximum support all the time, that's where this harness for me starts to come into the picture. So what I'll end up probably doing is when it's proper down the line and I'm doing a lot of wave riding, I'll sort of more likely reach for this one. And for just more onshore-y or sort of stronger winds, stuff like that, I'll probably end up reaching for the more conventional harness. You can't fold it up, it's quite rigid in this part, so you can't just fold it in half and stick it in a bag. It basically needs to be kept in, you know, this sort of a shape. You can obviously take the hook off and then, you know, bring it up a little bit smaller, but this back part cannot be folded. So that is one thing. Apparently you can actually use it, you know, upside down. You can use it either way around. So it is slightly different shape on the top to the bottom here. So you could change it around and work out which way suits your body better. So that's kind of interesting. It can't be used for kite surfing. I don't think it has enough stability to be able to deal with that, or maybe strength, I'm not sure. But you know, obviously just purely for windsurfing. It's recommended that after sailing that you do wash it with clean water and not to leave it just sitting in the sun. You know, I guess another question mark for me, it will be the durability and longevity. You know, it's an expensive harness. It's 590 euros now. So if you're going to spend that sort of money on equipment, you do hope that you're going to get quite a lot of years out of it, and that remains to be seen. Unfortunately, I only had the harness for a few months, so I can't tell you how long it's going to last, but so far it still looks as good as the day I got it. There's obviously glued seams along here, so it will be really interesting to see how long it lasts, and hopefully in a few years' time I can actually revisit the harness and tell everyone how long it's actually lasted. Also, one other thing, this harness hook, apparently you can get in two different styles. You can get a wave version, which has more flex apparently, and a race version, which is stiffer. I'm not sure if it's stiffer in the hook here or around here. I'm not 100% sure, but the race one obviously has less flex in it, which is what you want. So overall, I'm just incredibly impressed with the quality. I love items that are handmade and have a boutique-y kind of feel to them. I think it's something that in windsurfing it should be celebrated and shown, and that was actually one of the reasons why I did want to make a video on this harness. So, you know, Jan didn't give me any money other than actually sending me this harness for free. And for me, that's amazing. So thank you so much, Jan from X-Booms, for sending me the harness. I am very, very grateful. So check it out if you're interested. Website is X-Booms, oh look, you can see it there, xbooms.com. It's definitely worth checking out, especially if you do a bit of traveling. Also for women, I think if you want something that's extra lightweight, this would probably appeal as well. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a simple video, but I guess if you're not aware of this harness, you are now. Cool, thanks guys.